time for O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson.
Unbelievable, big old beams.
O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson is presented each week by CBA. It's just a better gun.
Hello again, everyone. I'm O'Neill Williams, and welcome to our program. We're not on camera today. Well, I'm here, but Travis is behind the camera. In today's program, there'll be two parts. The first is Mark Scroggins. Now, Mark is a family man. He's an experienced television producer and an outstanding hunter, and this is the archery season. And boy, do they get close to the deer. You can hear Travis whispering in the background. The second part of the program, Mark takes his son, Colton. He's a little guy, but he's an experienced hunter, and there's a lot of things to learn beyond just pulling the trigger. And you'll see it today on O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson.
Well, we just got set up in the blind. Only problem is it's about literally almost 90 degrees. But we've been getting daylight pictures of a deer we call Spike. And I've only ever seen him in the daylight in the last 2 years in person once. But the last few days he's really showed up, so. And the wind, I'm just telling you, the wind is as perfect as it could get. So 90 degrees or not, we're here and we're going to try because it's going to switch out of the north. Like sometime tomorrow night. We might get on in tomorrow evening if we don't kill him tonight. But anyway, we're going to set up and see what happens. We got the crossbow. And first time in, so hopefully we'll get it done.
Mark and Travis are all set up in the blind, and take a look, man. The deer are only a few feet away, only about 10 yards. Now this is really close, so no movement, difficult to communicate, and your scent cover really needs to be working. Theirs is.
O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson, brought to you by your Southeast Toyota dealer. Let's go places. Bill Jordan's REALTREE, family, friends, and the outdoors. The Whitetail Institute of North America, research equals results. The Furminator, best food plot implement on earth. Conus, shoot like a pro. Tough Shed, premier builder of sheds and garages. And by Zach Brown's Southern Grind Knives. Only the best make the cut.
Welcome back. You're seeing Mark and Travis still in the blind. The deer are all over them, not 10 yards away. Why don't they shoot one, you say? Well, most recently, a particular deer has been showing up on camera at this place, and they're hunting for him.
There's a bunch of does, bunch of more does coming in right here on the point. Little buck right here. Right here. 10 yards coming out on the left. Here he comes. Good shot. We just smoked him. Whew. Dude. Hey, he's down right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dear Lord, thank you. That's all I can say. And to my wife at home, it said, Seagulls, you go hunt this one. I'm telling you that, dude. We're working on a small window. A wind, I ain't kidding you. And that joker walked out like 7-8 steps. I looked through the bushes and all I seen was frame. Dude, I smoked him. I smoked him. Rush Creek Guide Service, baby. I'm telling you. There ain't no tracking this one. Thank you, Lord. Yeah! Oh my gosh. Folks, look at what a deer. Look at what a deer. That's him. Them big old bladed twos. I've looked at 1,000 trail cam pictures of that one bright time. Bigger. Look at the body and the head. That's a 5 or 6 year old buck right there. Folks, it's hot. It's literally almost 90 degrees today at Rush Creek Guide Service. But all of a sudden he started showing up consistent daylight. At least 3 out of 5 days the last 7, 8 days. He'd go 2 days, miss a day, 2 days. And it's like, you know what? We got a window. The wind was just, it was like, it's too good. And I'm telling you, he walked out. I seen a little buck. He's been running with some. And all of a sudden, I was like, I seen the blades of the tine just barely through the trees at like 10 yards. I was like, that's him. And when he stepped out, my heart about sank. Look at that. Rush Creek Guide Service. I'm telling you, there ain't nothing like it. There is nothing like it.
Whether it's deer camp or whether it's a family outing, from time to time, regrettably, a little kid gets lost. You read about it, don't you? Here's some help. In those cases, all the children in camp need to have a whistle with them. If they do get lost, do get disoriented, and they need to be located, or they need to get back to camp, whatever the case might be, a whistle will last a lot longer and be a lot louder than their voice. Let's exercise some precautions. Every kid in camp needs to have a whistle, and that's your CONUS hunting tip of the week.
This portion of O'Neill Outside is presented by the Georgia Department of Tourism and Economic Development, the Georgia Department of Natural Resources Wildlife Resources Division, and Georgia State Parks and Historic Sites.
Mark harvested a nice buck, didn't he? Now, how about his son Colton? I think Colton is 8 years old and he's in the blind with him, but you know, really there's so much more than that. There's so many more things you have to know and should know to fully appreciate the hunt. Maybe go on some recovery, take a firearm safety course, maybe some courses in deer behavior so that you'll know what's going on. Building up to be able to sit in the stand is what I'm getting at, okay? This is not a first-time thing. There's so much more and so much more to appreciate, and Colton and Mark are fabulous examples of that.
You ready? Give me knuckles. Folks, it's the opening day of the Texas youth season. And I got my main man right here. Colton. That's you. Attaboy. And we're after a buck named Lucky, unless something else bigger shows up. He told me, what you gonna do to Lucky tonight if he shows up? Unlucky. He's gonna be unlucky after tonight. So anyway, we're sitting in a place, believe it or not, it's called Bucktopia. And if it's anything like I think it could be tonight, you'll understand, because there's a lot of bucks around here. So we're gonna see what happens.
Mark and Colton are still patiently waiting for the shooter buck, but let me tell you, there's so much enjoyment. Your son with you, you with your son, and take a look at what's going on around you. You don't have to pull the trigger. How do the does react? When did they come in? How do the young bucks react to the older bucks? Understanding all that, knowing about all that over the years, time spent with Mark, Colton will be a better and better hunter. It's a great lesson. They've spent an entire afternoon in the stand. Was it wasted? Heavens no. They'll always remember this afternoon, even though they never pulled the trigger. Time for the Zach Brown Southern Grind guest book question this week from Art Kitchens in Dade City, Florida. And he says, is there any advantage when dressing out a deer if his head is down or if his head is up when you clean the deer? Doesn't matter, Art, at all. The point is, two things I want to make. Get it clean, all right? Clean the deer, leave it in the hide and cool it off as fast as you can. There's a cellular destruction in the meat as it ages, which makes it more tender. However, I recommend that virtually all of your venison should be put in sausage or burgers or ground meat or something of that nature, whereby you can add fat to it. It's extremely lean. Most of the time, the mistake people make in cooking venison is they cook it too long. So, if you'd like to win a Zach Brown Southern Grind Jackal Black and Tan knife to keep forever, visit o'neilloutside.com. If we use your comment or question on the air, Zach Brown and Southern Grind will send you the knife, and you can keep it.
We have more from O'Neill and Travis, but first, let's thank these sponsors. Works Power Share. Share batteries, save money. QDMA, where deer hunters belong. Fire Aid. Don't fight fires, extinguish them. Year One, your source for muscle car parts. Rugged Ridge, your Jeep, your adventure. And by Thorogood, over 125 styles of job-fitted footwear, proudly made in the USA since 1892. Now, let's join O'Neill for some flavorful cooking with Swaggerty's Farm sausage.
Here's a little something special from O'Neill. The next time a Friday night or Saturday night comes around, what do you want to do, honey? You want to have hamburgers? Don't. Do this. Swaggerty's Farm Premium Italian Sausage. There's some right there. Start out in a Dutch oven, brown the sausages. Then put in mushrooms and onions and olive oil and caramelize this. Pay attention. Then Italian seasoning, beef stock. It doesn't have to be in this order. Use your imagination. And what is this again? Balsamic vinegar. See? I had that, I practiced it so long. Okay, sun-dried tomatoes, butter, and I'm told that bay leaves really help too, so there's a couple of old bay leaves. Then put the sausage back in. Water is the final ingredient. It goes back in the oven and serve it with rice. hot Italian Swaggerty's sausages with caramelized onions and mushrooms. You may never grill hamburgers again. Get the recipe at swaggertys.com, o'neilloutside.com. It's the next morning and Mark and Colton are still in there. The wind has changed, so they moved. What a smart deal, because a pretty good buck shows up.
Okay, here he comes back, here he comes back. You ready? Okay, keep your finger off the trigger. See him right there, you see him? Okay, wait. So you gotta get a little bit more to the right. Tell me when you're on him. You on him? Okay, ease your finger into the trigger. Okay, wait. You on him, you're rolling. Okay, squeeze. Squeeze, you got him. Okay, good. Hurry. Squeeze. Got him.
I saw the hole.
Yeah, wait. Hang on, he's gonna go down right there, bub. Look, he's gonna go down right there.
Where?
He right there, he's fixing to fall, see?
Yeah.
He didn't go far, did he, Bob? You done shot Funky Chicken. Get him, he's yours. I unload this gun. Okay, the gun's open. Pick him up there. Can you get him up?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Got to stand up.
Awesome. Kneel down here now. I'll help you hold.
can.
I'll help you hold him. Count them points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
No,
9. No, I don't see the.
you better count over. Here, count them again. Start over there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You said it was 10.
I thought he was. He's just a 9 point. That's okay.
Oh,
But he's got almost a kicker there. We'll call him 10, okay? Hey,
11.
I want you to look at the body on this thing. I bet you when we look at his teeth, he's going to be 8, 9 years old, which is huge.
My hand.
Your hands are cold. Folks, this is Funky Chicken. And he moved in here. We've been getting a lot of pictures of him. And for an 8-year-old boy, a big, old, mature deer, it don't get no better, does it? And you punched him perfect now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. How you do the Funky Chicken? You told me you was going to do it.
What?
How you do the Funky Chicken? What do you do when you kill Funky Chicken? There you go. I'm proud of you. I love you. Tell Mama thank you for filming us. We love her too. Good job.
Here's what's coming up next week on O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson.
Woo! You have a good flight?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get after it.
Well, doing a little ground hunting this afternoon. We can see this whole bottom, and there's these thickets up and down this bottom. I came in here at lunch and checked the cameras. There's a bunch of good deer in here. There's a really high and tight and heavy deer that's an 8-pointer. There's another 8-pointer here. It's got a broken G3 that's a really shooter and looks like a 6-year-old deer to me. But we're just gonna see what happens. We had to bust a few turkeys and does off coming in, but they just ran up the hill into that thicket. The wind's right, so we're gonna see what happens this afternoon.